It is Harrisburg's Bob 94.9. My name is Newman, and we've got Warren Zeiders in the studio with us right now. Welcome.
How we doing, y'all?
So, you're from Hershey, right?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
And when did you start playing music?
I began playing music, I would say. I picked up a guitar in 6th grade, but my love for music really began in the church, actually. Started singing in the church pews, and ever since that, music was a way for me to connect with my faith. And since now, 23 years old, today's my birthday, and here we are.
Happy birthday, buddy.
It's been a wild ride, man.
Wow, that's crazy. Nice. So what church did you go to?
So, honestly, you're jogging my memory right now. The church that I went to the majority of my life was called CLA, Christian Life Assembly, in Camp Hill. But I grew up going to a smaller church in Duncannon, Pennsylvania, when I was a little bit younger, because that's where I'm originally from before.
Got it.
I moved to Hershey.
Gotcha. All right. What high school did you go to?
I went to Hershey High School.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you do any sports or anything while you were there?
Yep, I played lacrosse for 12 years, so that was my life. Eat, sleep, lacrosse for many years.
When did you start? Because you do look like you're athletic and like you keep yourself in pretty good shape.
Thanks, brother.
When did you start shredding?
So like I said, I picked up a guitar in 6th grade. I was passively playing, over the years. When I picked it up, it was something that I kind of thought, the movies depict that, the guys get a girl if he can sing and play guitar. So I caught on early, and I thought I'd pick up a guitar and try that out. But I didn't really start really shredding, so to speak, until this kind of all started to unfold.
It's funny. When I said shredding, I guess maybe I lost something in translation.
You meant like getting in shape.
Yeah,
okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Different meanings. Getting in shape, really, being an athlete, I couldn't put on weight to save my life.
Okay.
When I played lacrosse, because all I was doing was running up and down the field. It wasn't until college where I had to take it really seriously when I went to play lacrosse in college, where we had a lifting program and everything, and, we had lifting coaches, kind of helped out with diets and whatnot. And then my freshman year, I put on 10 pounds of straight muscle my first year. And then my sophomore year, I went from 175 pounds to 210 and just bulked up and then shredded down. And being on the road now, I could probably lose a couple pounds, but
sure.
I was in good shape. I'm in decent shape, but yeah.
I was talking to an old girlfriend of yours just a couple hours ago. I was walking through the halls, and I said to someone else, I said, Warren Zeiders is coming in today. And her eyes, she was in the studio right next to us. Her eyes got real big, and she stuck her head out, and she goes, Warren Zeiders? From Hershey? Warren Zeiders? The singer? He's coming? I said, yeah. She goes, oh, we used to date when we were younger. Her name was Mary Kate.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yes, sir.
So she's a fan. She's here. Well, she was here. She's not here right now.
I got you. No, it's not going to surprise attack me.
No. You're not getting ambushed. But yeah, we are talking to Warren Zeiders. What station did you listen to growing up?
Dude, honestly,
here it comes.
You're jogging my memory, but it was whatever my parents really had on.
Right.
And it's funny you bring that up because I wanted to touch on this. I grew up on so many different types of music.
Mm-hmm.
My first concert was Jeremy Camp and Toby Mac, and that was with my father.
Okay.
So I grew up on Christian music to country music to rock and roll. So I was on so many different things. To name a station, 94.9. Yeah, I was listening to this bad boy. But yes, I jog in my memory.
No, it's funny. I have a 23-year-old son as well, and he was forced to obviously listen to radio.
It makes sense.
Again, anything his parents were doing.
Yes, sir.
That's what he was doing too. And ironically enough, he now lives in Nashville, so it's crazy. Are you calling Nashville home now, or do you still stay here?
So back and forth between here in Pennsylvania and soon to be, I guess we'll see if Nashville captures my heart. We'll see if they'll take me away.
All right.
But this place will definitely always have a special place in my life, and I still got family up here. So
yeah.
So
we're talking to Warren Zeiders. He's got a show at HMAC tonight. It is sold out. We'll get to that in just a second. A couple of months ago, former program director here at Bob 94.9, JT Bosch, sent me a link to your video for Ride the Lightning.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, this is pretty good. And he said, yeah, country's not going to play it. It's just too rock. It's too something. It's too something. Now, JT, I respect him and I love him, but he's been wrong before. So a few months ago, just fast forward a little bit, another friend of mine, Ryan Doki.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
My boy.
Yeah, another buddy of mine too. And he said, "Have you heard of this Warren Zeiders kid?" And the name didn't register. And I was like, "No, never heard of him." And then he sent me the link, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, now I know who you're
this
talking
dude.
about." Yeah, because he said he's from Hershey, and I'm like, "Yeah. It's all kind of clicking together. It's all coming back to me." And he said he was working with you, and he said that Warner Brothers has been knocking on your door.
Mhm.
So how did you go from playing shows and doing your own thing to getting Warner Brothers sniffing around?
You know what's funny? I wasn't playing shows. So this has been such a wild and unexpected, but the biggest blessing of my life. Really, it starts on social media. I hopped on there during quarantine because you couldn't do anything.
Right.
And I was posting videos to honestly pass the time and procrastinate studying. And I fell in love with, I was starting to fall in love back with music. Not that I ever fell out of it. It was just once I gave up lacrosse because I had 2 concussions my freshman year of college, had to give it up, and quarantine, couldn't do anything. So I was posting stuff, and people, these followers, started to become fans overnight, and they were asking things of me. They were wanting full length covers, not just 15, 20-second videos. They were wanting original music, and I'm like, I don't write, I don't do any of this. Like, I'm in college trying to graduate and get a degree. So fast forward, here we are today, and I just got to work, and I listened to what they wanted from me, and I listened to what God had put on my heart, and I think that honestly, the first time I stepped on stage is when I knew in that moment I was meant to do this.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So when you were making the videos, were you doing mostly cover songs? Is that what you were doing?
Yep. So I was doing cover stuff, and honestly, I was just doing stuff that I believed in, and stuff that I loved, and what I was listening to, and people were really enjoying my interpretations of the songs.
Okay.
Whether, I think that's the beauty in doing covers. Obviously, shout out to the original artists,
Yeah.
but you can make a song your own
Yes.
in your own way. So once I did that, and people really, I'll toot my horn a little bit. I think people enjoyed my voice, and they enjoyed what I did. So they were like, "That's cool and all, man, but what can you write?" So I got to writing, and little did I know that my second song I'd ever write in my life would be Ride Lightning.
That's crazy. So this all pretty much came about
Mm-hmm.
during the pandemic for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Warren Zeiders is our guest. So think about this, guys. We're talking the last 18 to 24 months. Warren was just a kid in college trying to, get his degree. Fast forward a couple of years later, and you're selling out HMAC. I mean, you basically said, "Hey, I'm going to come," and tickets were gone.
Day and a half, I think.
Crazy.
I know.
So during that time period, that little bubble of time, when was the first time you stepped on a stage?
So, first time I stepped on a stage, I would say I had played in a restaurant maybe 3 times,
Okay.
and that was for 20 minutes. But first time I stepped on stage was on this tour for 700 people up at State College.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to Kane Brown's story.
Yeah.
He did a lot of similar things, and from what I read and talked to Kane's people about, he would do these kind of like what you're doing with the HMAC show tonight. He would call these club owners when they weren't open and just say, "Hey, listen, give me Thursday night, and I'll pack the place for you."
Yeah.
And the club owners are like, "Yeah, whatever, man." And then 2,000 people show up, and the club owner's like, "All right, dude, when are you coming back?"
Yep. They changed the tables a little bit. They're like, "Okay, we'll play nice now."
100%. And you're building your audience through social media, and then the big label boys come sniffing around.
Yep.
And that's what I've been hearing over the past several years, that if you build your own social media account, your own audience, and they're in the palm of your hand, then you're going to attract the labels, as opposed to the old days where you go up and down Music Row with your demos and knocking on every door and getting the door slammed in your face. So you just said it, turning the tables.
Yeah, it's a different time in music for sure, and I think a big thing to take this moment too is I want to personally thank every single one of you guys who are listening to this right now, and I want to thank my fans, and I make sure every night when I'm standing in line, I do a meet and greet every night after the shows, and I've met so many people and the stories, and it's without them none of this is possible.
Right.
And they saw something in me, and they believed in me from day one, and I didn't even know I had something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of beauty in that, and I think that yes, the turn of the tables, and Warner came sniffing. But I think the big thing for what was attractive to them was there was real transition between, it wasn't just the following on social media. People were personally buying into me. They were following me. They were following my every move, but they were also listening to my music.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very difficult thing for artists, and I've heard it, that it's one thing for them to listen to your covers. It's another thing for them to actually care about what you personally have to say in your original music. And it's just been, people have been so authentic and so kind. And I'm telling you, man, some of the stories could make me tear up that I've heard. And a year ago, I never would have thought I'd been in this position.
That's crazy. And it's what's nice too is the fans that you're talking about, the loyalty that they're going to have to you. They'll follow you to the ends of the earth, and that's, I mean, that's priceless.
100%.
Yeah.
I had a husband and wife show up to their 4th show last night.
Wow.
On tonight's gonna be my 14th show, I think.
Wow.
And HMAC sold out, so I personally said to them, "Here's my manager's number. You're coming tonight," because they wanted to buy tickets, but it was sold out.
Yeah.
And I said, "I'm gonna comp you guys tickets since you guys have traveled all around."
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, man, people. You said it's priceless.
Yeah.
There's just no other way to put it.
You've created passion in people, and they're obviously passionate about you. I want to talk about Ride the Lightning for just a minute. So you said it's the second song that you wrote?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know that you have a Christian background because church is where you started singing originally.
Yeah.
The lyrics are a little dark.
They are.
So
they are.
You come from the light side Christianity, and you write a song and you're having success with it. Where did the dark part come from?
I think the dark part comes from, also growing up on rock and roll from my dad. He was always a Motley Crue, AC/DC, Quiet Riot fan, and I think that, that kind of stuff. And I definitely have some edge to me, and I think that portrays into some of my music that I put out. I think for me, however you interpret that song, it's supposed to be a song that you kind of listen to and just make you feel like a badass, honestly. Really. And it is that way. And, the most famous line I feel like in that song is, that's had hundreds of thousands of videos made on social media with it, is "Mama always said I was born on the wild side." And I think that really connects with my fan base and me, because I was always getting into mischief. My mom would sit me down in front of a TV when I was a toddler to go take 5 seconds for herself. She'd turn around and I'd be practically breaking my arm on a trampoline because she wasn't paying attention. I'd be gone already. I was always getting into things. I was always, pushing limits, pushing boundaries. The amount of injuries I've had in my life are ridiculous. I almost just completely tore my ACL last night on stage when I jumped up.
Wow.
We're good though. We iced it. We heated it. We're going to be good for HMAC tonight. But that song, we all go through hardships.
Yeah.
I think for me, when I'm telling stories in my music, there's a time and place for everything. And I think that I want people to either have an escape when they listen to my music, but I think one of my favorite things about Christian music, when I was listening to Christian music, still do, that was a way for me to really connect with my faith. And that was really where my love for music began. That part, then growing into country and rock and roll when I got older. I think that I just want my listeners to know that it's okay to feel your feelings too, and that life's not always going to be pretty. There's going to be highs. There's going to be lows. You're going to face some really bad things, but also there's a meaning for all of it, and it's good to grow through it all.
Warren Zeiders is our guest. Let's talk about the video for Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
Was that your concept?
It was not my concept. That was a director, and I thought it was a cool thing. Yeah. And I thought that for what we were trying to do, we all with the budget and everything too, thought it made sense. And I think conceptually, we were able to get done with everything, other moving parts for what the song needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actors in the video, were they friends of yours, or are they just actors?
They just were actors. They brought on the super cool people, and it was quite an interesting experience for me, for it being my first time, and had some nerves and stuff, but had a couple of drinks on set, and I loosened up real quick.
There you go.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Mary Kate for just a second. She told me that when you were dating, you guys, you were eating, she said, 7 chicken breasts a day.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still doing that kind of stuff?
Well, being
I know,
on the road,
yeah.
on the road right now, it is difficult, but a high protein diet, it's actually really good for you. So I highly recommend it.
Nice.
But yes, I still try to eat 6 eggs in the morning, high protein, and make sure you get a little bit of carbs in there. But yeah.
You're going to need to bring some chickens out on the road with you. The price of chickens, price of meat, price of everything's going up.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Don't even bring up gas.
I can't even imagine. All right, so this tour that you're on now, where's it taking you? Are you doing a nationwide or a regional?
So this is the last show, technically. I still think we're calling it the 717 Tapes Tour.
Okay.
I think that's what my team and I have agreed on, but this is the last acoustic for now.
Okay.
It's been me and shout out to Alex, my guitar player. It's been really cool. Him and I met a month ago.
Wow.
And, him and I have had this really great chemistry, and people have assumed we've known each other for years. And I think that we just really hit it off well. But tonight in HMAC, sold out, 1,200 people. It's going to be fun. It's going to be rowdy. And then after that, I got some festivals lined up and some clubs on routing and whatnot when I'm out and traveling. And then looking into the fall, it's not posted up yet, but keep your eyes peeled because this fall is going to be fun.
All right, well, give everybody your socials so they can track you down if they haven't already.
So if you guys want to follow me, it's very simple, and just my name, Warren Zeiders, and not to toot my horn, but it should pop up very easily.
Yeah, not too many Warren Zeiders out there at the moment, anyway. And your last name, Zeiders?
Yep, and it's Zeiders. A lot of people think it's Zeiders, but it's Zeiders.
Got it.
Yep.
All right, well, dude, I wish you the best of luck. It's always nice to see a local boy doing good, and I want to hear more. So, I'm excited to hear what else you have in the hopper.
Oh yeah, I got some bangers in the background.
There you go.
I got some stuff coming. Thank you so much, man, for having me, man.
Dude, thank you for coming in, and have a great show tonight.
Awesome.
Warren Zeiders. We'll have more on Bob 94.9 in just seconds.